Yes. Mario Odyssey. One of the most praised Switch games. I've had this game forever now, and I've actually never beaten it. I've played it a couple times, have a couple hours on it, but never done the full playthrough, so I finally did it. And now I'm going to describe my opinion by analyzing this game and seeing if it's overhyped. Let's get started. Starting off with the gameplay, which is actually very smooth. Not many frame drops, nice controls, plenty of flashy jumps that you can do with Cappy. From the Mario games I play, this is definitely my favorite when it comes to gameplay. Next up is the overall difficulty or difficulty curve, which is very good. It gets hard when it needs to be. I feel like the platforming enemies and bosses do get progressively harder when you go. This is definitely more of a difficult game, but it's not that crazy hard because it's a Mario game. But I still had some tough times because I suck ass at the game. The brutal mech, the dragon, and the final Bowser fight being the most difficult fights for me. Speaking of, the Brutals are nice mini-bosses, I guess. They get stale, but they aren't that annoying and hard. The sub-areas also become slightly more challenging, but it's not that huge of a difference. But that ending section with Bowser is more difficult than it needs to be, I can't lie. I got so mad because of how hard it was for me. Just having to start all over if you fall a single time is really freaking devious. Next up, visuals, which are really good. Every kingdom looks really nice and also has its own soul. They don't feel like the same thing over and over and over again. They all have their own thing that set them apart. Odyssey also has my favorite visuals in the franchise out of the games I play. Sure, it has the advantages of being on Switch, and of course it's a 3D game, but it's still really good. It looked different compared to the rest of the games as well, for the reasons I just explained, which is definitely also a good thing. It's a huge step up. Next up, plot, which is definitely better, but it's not insane. It's a Mario game. We're not gonna have like a crazy lore drop out of nowhere. I'm looking at you, Forgotten Land. And that's the same plot as the rest of the games. Saving the princess from Bowser, but Odyssey is actually more different. Let me explain. The game starts off with Mario and Bowser fighting on Bowser's ship until Mario gets defeated and booted off the ship and sent flying down, leaving Peach with Bowser. Mario lands up in Cap Kingdom where he meets a new partner, Cappy. He helped Mario get up and tells us that his sister also got kidnapped by Bowser and is now acting as Peach's tiara, so Mario and Cappy team up and climb Top-Hat Tower. Cappy tells Mario that he's able to capture an enemy and literally take control of their minds. I'll explain that gimmick later. They continue their climb up the Top-Hat Tower and make it to the top. They defeat Topper, who was a part of the Brutals, and capture a wire to head to Cascade Kingdom. Cappy says that there's an airship here, so they can, travel the world and try to find Bowser. But unfortunately, it's stupidly damaged, so the pair collect power moons to restore it and give it fuel. Again, I'll talk about that more later. Now the pair explores the world, traveling to different kingdoms, defeating bosses, saving the kingdoms from terror, and finding moves to power up the Odyssey and travel from one kingdom to another. But along the way, Bowser is stealing valuable items relating to a wedding which he plans to have with Peach. For example, in the Sand Kingdom, he steals a ring. In Link Kingdom, he sells a dress. Nothing much happens until the way to Metro Kingdom, where Mario and Cappy all of a sudden see Bowser's ship up ahead. They decide to catch up and now fight Bowser in the Cloud Kingdom. They defeat him, but Bowser blasts them off to the clouds and they eventually land in Lost Kingdom. And the cycle repeats. Mario and Cappy explore kingdoms, save them until they try to take on Bowser, but he always knocks them off track, and then you have to go to some random kingdom and defeat a boss or just beat the kingdom. Now the cycle finally ends when they reach Bowser's kingdom. After a while of just getting up to the first courtyard, they defeat Harriet and Hopper for their second replay because there's the only two Brutals that you have not fought twice yet. After heading up, they have their showdown with Bowser. But guess what? He runs away and the Brutals assemble a mech and you have to take it down. But after defeating it down, Mario and Cappy decide to head up to the moon, so that this way they can stop the wedding from happening, because Bowser is completely ready. Mario and Cappy catch up in the middle of the wedding, so they fight and take down Bowser for once and for all. But the moon cave is collapsing now, so Mario and Cappy capture Bowser, and they escape with Peach. Mario and Bowser try to win Peach over, but she rejects them both, and decides to move the moon without them, but Mario kicks off Bowser's head to get on the Odyssey, and the story ends like that. Definitely good for a Mario game, but it's still basic. I definitely did find it more interesting than usual. I can't deduct too many points off for that. Now, finally, new content. Starting off with Cappy. He's a nice companion. He also isn't annoying, nor boring, nor forgettable. He's a really solid companion, which leads to the main gimmick of the game, captures. You can capture a bunch of enemies, and all of them have cool little puzzles and their own twist. Except Goombas, they're just Mario, but no ice sleeping, and they can stack. I really do like this gimmick, and it's really nice. I'm a fan of it. Next up, moons, which are really cool. They're like nice little Easter eggs that aren't difficult to get with the exception of a few. They're both easy and challenging at the same time, and aren't annoying to collect. I never found myself needing more moons to lead the kingdom after every main boss, which is really nice and makes them a nice new thing to this game. Overall, Odyssey has some really nice new things that make it different and more fun. Now, time for some closing thoughts. I had some real good fun with this game. I didn't find it annoying too hard. There's plenty of nice new things, nice visuals, and it's definitely my favorite Mario game thus far. But I'm still a fan of 3D World. Even if the ending Bowser fight and platforming section made me slam my controller against my desk way too many times, seriously, I died a lot to those fights. The music is also really good, with my favorite track being basic, but it's the Steam Gardens. Geez, I should really make a music section on these vids. Anyways, this is an overall great game. So, was Mario Odyssey overhyped? Hell no. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I cannot decide between 8 or 9, so that's where it goes. That's the end. Thanks for watching. Peace.